Pit Boss Laredo 1000 Burn Off and Review. Hey, this is Ricer from Dead Broke Barbecue Nation and welcome back to the channel. But if you're new here, we try to help you enhance and amplify your backyard barbecue fun. I always feel that the burn off is one of the most important things that you do to a pit because you want to burn off all that machining process oil and debris that's in that chamber. So grab a bag of pellets in your lawn chair, Kyle. We're gonna amplify some backyard barbecue fun. The assembly process on the Laredo 1000 was pretty dang simple though. You might need a helping hand to put the back legs on, and the boys struggled a little bit to get the holes lined up on the stabilizing brackets. But other than that, two teenagers put this pit together. One thing that I wish all pellet grill manufacturers would get away from is any sticker on the outside of that chamber. But half of them, they had magnets. I just wish they did it to all of them. The first step to the burn off is we gotta get it plugged in so we can get some power to this pit. And you know you got power once that controller lights up and it says Pit Boss. For today's burn off, I'm using Lumberjack Competition Blend pellets. Open up our lid, and we don't need to dump all these in, but we'll get a few. I'm gonna take out all the racks in the heat deflector because I wanna make sure that the pellets are dropping in that fire pot. Taking off the heat deflector on this pit's pretty simple. Just take off that little clip, and I just put the handle like this, and then just grab your heat deflector off and pull it right out. Be careful that you don't move it too much or this little sear plate cover is gonna fall off. Now just turn the power on. I'm not gonna hook up the Wi-Fi today. That's a pretty simple process. But our first thing is just to turn it up. We're gonna set it at 200, and then we're gonna hit the prime button. And this is just gonna speed up the process so we can get those pellets to that fire pot a little quicker. Once you start getting about a handful in there, you can let off the primer. Now I'm gonna grab a little Pam and we're gonna spray up the bottom of that chamber before it starts to ignite. Some of you might be asking why I'm doing this. Well, it actually just helps to make cleanup a little easier in the future. It actually puts just a little thin layer on that steel. It's gonna smoke a lot at first, but once it ignites, you're gonna see that flame. We'll grab our heat deflector and put that back in. And obviously be careful because it's hot right in the center. Get it lined up and it just fits right on those little edges. And then just hook up your handle and then we'll spray up this heat deflector some. Get a nice little coating on it and put our grates back in. With these porcelain coated grates, I'm not gonna spray them down. And get our last two in. Close up the lid and set a timer for 1 hour. I always feel that paint should cure slowly. In the manual, it tells you can do it at 350 degrees for 30 minutes. I've never had any paint start to peel on any of my pits doing it this way. And in my opinion, it's worth 1 extra hour of this burn off so that paint doesn't peel. My 1 hour timer went off. Let's go ahead and turn this Laredo 1000 up to 350. Press the button, turn it up to 350 degrees, and press the button again. Now once you turn it up to 350 degrees, be ready, you probably will smell some of that paint really starting to cure. So this next 30 minutes to an hour is a perfect time for us to do a walk around on the Laredo 1000. This pit has 1,000 square inches of cooking space. We have our bottom shelf, we have our middle shelf, and we have our top shelf for actually cooking. This top one, mainly gonna be for warming up stuff. The Laredo 1000 has a PID Wi-Fi controller. It has the smoke setting and the temperatures range from 180 degrees up to 500. Now this pit doesn't have the 10-degree increments like the Pro Series does. I wish it had it because it makes controlling your cooks just a little better. We have a 26-pound hopper, and that's big enough where you could actually do an overnight cook. The Laredo comes with 2 probes. The probes will plug into the bottom side of the hopper lid. Probe's gonna go through like this when it's time to feed it in to the pit. We got a nice little window so we can see how full our hopper is. And this part right here is actually a door that accesses our auger and our fan. And that's a great feature to have if you live in the South where there's a high humidity level, because sometimes you'll get what's called a pellet jam. And when you don't have to take off the whole hopper assembly to get to that auger, that's a big bonus. The Laredo 1000 has 4 shelves. You can use the top of the hopper lid. You have a nice side shelf. This front shelf is a little small, but I really love the design of it. You just pull it up and it locks into place. And if you want to get it down, you just grab each little lever and it goes right back down. And you also have a big shelf on the bottom to hold maybe a bag of pellets or some of your cooking supplies. I was surprised to see that this little pit has a quick ash clean out for that fire pot. On the back side, you have a nice little hopper clean out. Put a pail underneath the hopper, open up this hatch, and all your pellets will drain. That's a great way to switch to a different flavor of wood pellets. Inside the pit, you have a nice light which helps so at night you can see what you're cooking. We haven't really started to develop much of a patina yet, but we have the direct grilling or the flame broiler. And this is great if you want to just grill up some hamburgers or hot dogs or even a quick steak. These two casters here, they lock and swivel, and the two under the hopper, they're just locked in one position. The Pit Boss Laredo 1000 is a Walmart exclusive and it runs for $499. It also has a 5-year warranty, which is pretty good for a pellet grill. My 30-minute timer went off. Let's check and see what the patina looks like on this deflector plate. It certainly has that nice bronze color that we're looking for. Turn on our light, see what that looks like. Woo! Now we can go into our shutdown mode. All you do is just turn off the power, and it's going to go into about a 15 to 20 minute cool down, and all that's doing is burning off the remaining pellets in the fire pot. And don't unplug it until it's completely shut down. And some of you might be asking how much pellets I have left. Well, that's what we got. We used about 3 pounds because it was full. Well, that's all I got. Roll the nation. Smashed my finger, but good, man.